everybody. Let's talk for a few minutes about why you always see me reading on my Instagram feed. Some of you have noticed that I post books in the actual feed pretty often of suggestions, but those of you who have been following my stories know that every single day almost you see me posting either the front of the book that I'm reading or you see me highlighting throughout the book, and I share different pages with you that I felt connected to. And so I want to talk to you about why you always see me reading. I want to share with you the reasoning behind it and talk to you about why it might be something worth considering. So for me, when I began this journey as a new coach, one of the things that my coach taught me was that I needed to do personal development. And I was like, personal development? I'm good. Like, I don't need personal development. And she said, no, seriously, you do. Like, everybody needs personal development. No matter how successful they are, no matter where they are in their life, everybody needs to fill their cup with personal development. And she said it doesn't need to be much. It needs to be 10 minutes a day, 10 pages a day, whatever you can do, but you need to do it. And you will notice a significant change in your life if you do. And so I did what she said because I'm a teacher and teachers are usually rule followers. So I followed the rules and I was like, all right, I guess I'll read a book. And now I love to read. But she said, if you can't read the books, then I want you to listen to podcasts and I want you to listen to growth podcasts, leadership podcasts, whatever you feel like are your weaknesses. And so I dug down deep and I said, okay, well, weaknesses. I don't know how to run a business on social media. I know a lot about social media, but I don't know how to run a business that way. So I dug deep into social marketing and I dug deep into just what does it take to make it in multi-level marketing? I dug deep into leadership, into motherhood, into religion. Like I just found all these areas where I felt like I was just slacking a little bit. And I started to read. And so why do I do this? I do this because it puts me in the right place. So I'm going to just be really real with you. And I'm going to say that as a coach, you're going to hear no a lot. You're going to have people say that you're just out for their money. Like I hear that all the time. Well, actually I don't because I do this business right. But I hear some coaches struggling with that. They're like, nobody wants to buy from me or nobody is engaging with me. And I'm going to tell you it's because, number one, you're not doing personal development and that's why it's bothering you. But number two, you're not probably approaching this the right way. So anyways, I read these books so that I can grow as a person and so that when somebody tells me no or isn't interested in what I'm doing, I don't take it personally. So I read everything from this book is one of my favorites right now. It's called You're Made for a God-Sized Dream, and I've read it before, but I just needed it as the reminder. So I go through here and I read my few pages a day, and it just inspires me and reawakens my purpose. And so I love that one. But I read on different topics. I look at, okay, I'm a health and fitness coach. I have Hashimoto's, so I avoid gluten. So I read books like Gluten is My Bitch. Like I read all these books. If you guys could see my book wall over here, you would see that it literally looks like Barnes and Noble. And that's because I committed to just reading book after book after book. So I finish one, I go on to another one. And because I've read all of these books, it's made me a better leader. It's made me a better mentor. It's made me a better person. And I would encourage all of you to start doing personal growth and personal development. And I want you to just think about what are the areas in your life that you feel weak, and those are the areas that you start to study and you become better. But my gosh, you can totally tell the difference when I'm on my game with personal development versus when I'm not. When I am not doing personal development, that's when the doubt creeps in. That's when the naysayers start to get inside, okay? The truth is when I'm doing personal development, I'm a hard ship to sink because I see my mission, I see my vision, and I'm very clear about why I'm doing what I'm doing. But the second that I get lazy with reading, or, lazy with listening to my podcast or, whatever, when those things start to happen, you see me slip and you see me start to say, this is crazy. What was I thinking? Maybe this is really unconventional. Maybe nobody does want me to help them. Maybe I can't help them lose weight. Like I start to get in my own head. And I think we all do that. And I think particularly those of you who are sitting here looking at this opportunity, you're saying like, I really want to do this. She makes it look fun. I think I could help people. I want to help people. I could use the income for my family. Like, you've got all the pros in one hand, but you've got a couple cons in this hand, and you're like, no, the cons are outweighing the pros. And I think that I just think you should know that it's normal. And it's normal to feel that way. But when you do personal development and personal growth, you start to say, get out of my head. You have a vision. You have a purpose. Fulfill it. And so that's what it helps me with. So for those of you who are sitting here thinking, I'm not there. My answer is you can be there by simply picking up a book or putting in your headphones. I've got lots of coaches who say, Sarah, I hate reading. I'm not going to read. Or they go to read and they fall asleep. So my answer is fine. Listen to it. Listen to books on tape. Listen to podcasts. But do something to grow to make yourself better. Whether you want to be a coach or whether you just want to be a client of mine, I'm going to suggest it to all of you. And so that's my thing. I can give you book recommendations all the time based off of topics that I've read about. So when you share with me the areas of life where you feel like you need to grow, that's when I can reach out and say, oh, read this book or listen to this podcast. Like, that's one of my things. I'm really good at a lot of things, but some of the things that I'm particularly good at is meal planning, number one. But number two, I love personal development and personal growth, so I love sharing that. But anyways, this movie's quick because I don't need to talk too much about it, but I want you to know that that is one of the things that I would ask you to do if you were joining me as a coach. I would ask you to commit to personal growth.